ball club after 3 seasons. He's going to finish out the final homestand, and these are the numbers he compiled during his tenure here.
A bit surprising to show up to the ballpark and see that Eric is the one that's decided that he's going to finish out the season, but that's going to be it for him. He's a guy I think, Dave, you and I both have a lot of respect for, and I think at some point you hear him talk about the process all the time through these 3 years, and at some point he felt like there was a difference of opinion on that process, and in Eric Wedge fashion, he decided that it was better for him to go. And not an easy thing to do. It's a tough decision to make when there are only 30 of these jobs out there, but he wasn't going to compromise himself, and he felt the best thing for himself and the organization was to step down, and he made that decision today.
Well, there you have it. Final 3 games of this season. Kings Court in session. Felix looking for his first win since mid-August. He goes against a team he's dominated, and he goes against Bartolo Colon, who's dominated the Mariners over the years as well. A great matchup. First pitch is straight ahead. Not giving up an earned run. Tell us more, Mike.
Well, with Felix, he had a little extra rest. Remember, he pulled that side muscle, his oblique, so they gave him a little bit of time to come back. Going out in his last outing, it was going to be shorter for him just to protect him a little bit, but his stuff was electric. As you look at him pitching to the Angels, great command of his fastball. That was a key because they don't put him away. As we all know, with the changeup, it's always there for him. But I thought he had a really good curveball, too, and working downhill against these Angels. So for him, it was a dominant performance. I look for him to go deeper in this one tonight.
Here's what made that performance special. The only pitcher in the live ball era to strike out 10 batters in 4 innings. And Felix right now at 198 in the 3rd inning is going to get over 200 tonight. Bartolo Colon has been fabulous. 11-1 lifetime here at Safeco Field.
Well, 17-6 on the year with an ERA of 2.64. So, yeah, he's pitched great this year for him, and he's pitched well against the Mariners. In a few outings against the Mariners, they've been able to get a few runs off of him, but nothing real extensive. And if you look at the way he's been going in his last 5 outings, his last 5 starts, a total of 3 earned runs. So he's on top of his game.
He's won his last 3 decisions. He has been outstanding atop the American League in ERA with Sanchez. We don't know when Sanchez is going to go, but there's a door open for Iwakuma to win the ERA title. Now, scenarios for Cologne and Kuma. No earned runs tonight. Cologne stays ahead. 1 earned run inning and 2/3. Cologne still stays ahead, but then it turns for Iwakuma. 2 earnings, less than 5. 3 earned runs, less than 8 1/3. Iwakuma's ahead, and 4+ Isashi's got it. So that's the setup for tonight's game. A wonderful pitching matchup. A lot on the line for the Oakland Athletics. It's the King's Court in session. Athletics and Mariners. It's all coming up next.
Night
on Root Sports.
The King's Court
is in session, and it all begins right now.
It's a cloudy, cool night in Seattle, Washington. Here at Safeco Field, we begin the final 3 games of the 2013 season. Welcome to Mariner Baseball, everybody. The A's in town. The King is on the mound. Mariners and the Athletics. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. First pitch off the plate, ball 1 to Coco Crisp. A's have now won the American League West back-to-back years. They come into tonight's series winning 2 of 3, losing 2 of 3 at the Angels. So this one fouled back up this way. That after winning 5 consecutive games in 11 of their last 13. They have been getting it done.
Big part of it is Coco Crisp, leadoff hitter for the A's. How about him with 22 home runs? Career high for Crisp in that leadoff spot.
Felix Hernandez, 15-6 career against Oakland with a 2.60 ERA. This year, 2-0, 14 2/3 innings, 8 hits, no runs. Umpires for tonight as strike thrown by Felix. Hunter Wendelstadt as balls and strikes. Alan Porter at first, Marvin Hudson at second, and Jerry Lane at third. King's Court in session. You can hear them down near the left field foul pole. Felix at 12-9, a 2.99 ERA. Pitch to Crisp. Off the plate, ball 2-2. Felix has been just outstanding against these A's this year in the opener. 7 2/3, 3-hit scoreless ball, and then on June 15th, at Oakland, 7 innings of 5-hit shutout ball. That will be some trouble. Mr. Crisp Digging for two. Throw by Sunders. Not in time. A leadoff double for Coco Crisp. His 21st double. Let's take a look at the rest of the Oakland batting order.
For manager Bob Melvin, as you saw, Coco Crisp leading off with a double. Then it's Josh Donaldson, the all-star for the Athletics this year. Jed Lowry, he's been a great pickup. The shortstop, he hits third. Brandon Moss, the cleanup hitter and DH. Cespedes Reddick, vote. Derek Barton back with the club. He will hit eighth. And Eric Sogard, the second baseman, rounding out the 9 for the Athletics. For Felix Hernandez, he's an inning and 2/3 to go over that 200 inning mark for the year. That's a big number for him. 210 strikeouts on the year. Opponents hitting just 243 off of Felix.
Here's Josh Donaldson, all-star third baseman. Detailed during the course of the season, a converted catcher. Bunt attempt was fouled. Got way too much of that.
I think it could have been over towards first base. It might have been a double down the right field line.
Right. Sheesh.
See Donaldson on the year having really a great year for the Athletics. He was one of their catchers, decided to move over to third. They had some injuries, and look at that, 305 with 24 home runs, 92 RBIs for the third baseman.
When Felix does get over the 200 inning mark, it'll be the 6th consecutive year he's done it. Source of pride for any pitcher to get 200 plus innings.
Let alone 6 consecutive years.
You know it. One here to Donaldson. That one gets away. And runner Chris will hold. 2-1. 59 degrees here. Roof is extended. Calm outside. Balls, 1 strike. 3-1 to Donaldson. On deck is Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Donaldson 2 for 11 career against Felix. There's a strike. Count runs full.
Looks like Felix has a good fastball. 92 miles an hour on that last fastball. Again, Felix's last start of the year.
Mariners coming off of taking 2 out of 3 against the Kansas City Royals, knocking them out of the playoff chase. 3-2 pitch. Foul off. Contrast of these two ball clubs, Mariners 8-16 in September. The A's are 17-6. They are playoff bound. Bob Melvin, manager of the year last year. They ran down the Texas Rangers back-to-back years now. Rangers scuffling. They are tied in the 6th inning in their ball game. Here's a nice hop to Miller. Takes time, throws out Donaldson. 1 out.
Donaldson made Felix work, but it ended up being a quality out for Felix because Coco Crisp, who's an aggressive base runner, was not able to move up on the play. T-Mobile defense for the Mariners side. Ibanez in left field. Michael Saunders getting the start in center. Franklin Gutierrez out in right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager is your third baseman. Miller and Franklin playing up the middle. Justin Smoke is at first, and Mike Zunino will do the catching tonight.
There's Jed Lowry, 288 hitter, former Boston shortstop, foul back.
I thought he would help their club, but I didn't realize what an impact he would end up having. One, he's been healthy this year, and you can see what he's done against the Mariners, a 386 average with a couple of home runs, but overall 288 with 15 home runs, 75 RBIs for the shortstop.
Absolutely, he'll take it.
Productive year.
outside, 1-1.
Felix's fastball will be 92 to 94 miles an hour. Every now and then he'll hit 95. His changeup, that's the tough one, 88 to 90 miles an hour. You saw that slow curveball. They also throw a hard slider up there.
Swing and a miss. It's an important guy to get. Lowry's been swinging it well over his last 8 games, hitting at a .353 clip.
Take another look at the curveball. This was an effective pitch against the Angels in his last outing. You can see the bite to that curveball as Lowry swings over the top of it.
1-2 here to Lowry. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's tried that on a couple of the left-handed hitters. First to Coco Crisp, and now Lowry trying to hit that inside corner. 93 miles an hour, good fastball. Felix will start that pitch in off the plate. Get the hitter to freeze and have it run on the inside corner, and he's just missed with that pitch twice now in the game.
Lowry having a great year, second in doubles in the American League. Pitch, flips it past the diving Seager. Crisp move up 90 feet. Raul gets it back in, so the Athletics runners at the corners and 1 out.
A little bit of a break as he reaches out and punches this ball. Looks like the changeup, and it is. Serves it in the left field, but because Kyle Seager dove for it, Coco Crisp, excellent speed at second base. He had to hold his ground and wasn't able to score on it. So this will keep the double play in order. Felix still able to get out of this with a good double play ball.
So Lowry, the switch hitter, gets a base hit. Crisp with a double to left center. Brings up the DH Brandon Moss. 256 hitter, got some pop. 28 homers, 81 runs batted in.
Isn't it for much of an average against the Mariners, but he has hurt the Mariners with the long ball this year. 5 home runs for Moss against the Mariners.
Came off the bench last time we were in Oakland with a home run. He's swinging it well too. 322 over his last 31 games since mid-August.
That's the great changeup. It's not the best pitch in the American League. It has to be up there in the top 2 or 3, don't you think, the changeup?
Absolutely. Remember Michael Pineda. That's the pitch I want.
Get in line.
He's in a long one. 1-1.
Say that Iwakuma's split is comparable to it.
Yeah. Hopefully the Mariners can get to Bartolo Colon, and maybe Anibal Sanchez does not pitch. Or if he does, maybe he gets knocked around and Iwakuma can win the ERA title.
I saw maybe Jim Leland today. It looked like he still hasn't made up his mind who was going to pitch or how much they were going to pitch.
Deep drive right field and gone. 2-1 pitch. Brendan Moss's 29th home run. And before he can break a sweat, Oakland's got a 3-0 lead.
.3-mile-an-hour fastball. Zeno set up away, and he leaves it in the middle of the plate. Just drops the barrel to it and drives it out of the ballpark. His 29th home run of the season. So Felix now has thrown 21 pitches here in the first inning, has just 1 out, and he's down 3-0.
There's Yoenis Cespedes. Cespedes 5 for 18 career against Felix. Ground ball foul. Cespedes on fire. Oh. Just about everybody is pretty hot here coming down the stretch heading into the playoffs.
Well, that's what Bob Melvin wants, and he's getting it.
321 batting average for Cespedes. 21 games in September. 0-2.
Now 24 pitches in the inning for Felix.
for the Mariners.
Got a double, single, and a home run in this inning by the Athletics. 1 out. There's the 0-2. That home run ended an 18-inning scoreless streak by Mariner pitching.
Mike Zunino sprinting out to the mound in a conversation with Felix. .25 pitches, 16 strikes for Felix.
15th home run given up by Felix. The 0-2 to Cespedes. Just got a piece of it. Cespedes, we've seen since he joined this ball club last year, he's a Cuban refugee and all-star down there. Does not cheat himself when he swings.
He doesn't, but he also opens up the outer half of the plate. You can see that last fastball off the plate away. I think if Felix throws a hard slider, we've seen him chase a lot of pitches out of the strike zone.
1 out, nobody on. 3 runs in, the 0-2. Foul again. Good confrontation here. 0-2. Struck him out. Zunino holds on. So it's his first strikeout. 2 outs here in the first.
Gets the strikeout with a good fastball at the top of the strike zone. Borderline up and throws it by Cespedes. That was after the curveball. Bring up J.J. Reddick. Reddick, the down year when you look at his numbers from last year, over 30 home runs. He steps in now with just 12 home runs this year and 55 RBIs. So it's been a struggle for him all year. Hitting only .225. Another Athletic having success against the Mariners this year, even with his struggles. A .310 average and a couple of home runs for Reddick.
Breaking ball off the plate. 2-0. Josh Reddick, right fielder. Great throwing arm out there. Fooled on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Reddick last year 32 home runs, a career best. 85 RBIs, a career best.
And you just saw 31 pitches for Felix here in the first.
2-1. Breaking ball hit. Foul.
Kings Court looking to hang up another K. Felix with 1 strikeout here. Just struck out Cespedes and looking to do the same against Reddick.
Reddick, the 6th man to the plate here in the first inning. 2-2. Pitch to Reddick. We'll get a piece of that. Last go around for the Kings Court here in 2013. 2-2. Up high.
Pitch count really mounting. 35 pitches now.
Not a good sign. Felix has not won a ball game since the 11th of August here when he beat Milwaukee going 8 innings. Since then, 4 straight losses and a no decision. Franklin hangs with him and throws out Reddick. That'll do it. A big 3-run homer by Brendan Moss has Oakland in front 3-0 with the Mariners coming to bat.
brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, it'll be Brad Miller. Then Franklin Goodyear is back in the lineup hitting second. Seager, Morales, and Abanga is in the middle of the order. Justin Smoke has been hot lately. And then it's Michael Saunders. Last 9 games, 367 average with a couple of home runs. He's been a hot hitter, hitting 7th. Then Zunino and Nick Franklin rounding out the 9 for the Mariners.
Bartolo Colon starts today atop the ERA chase with Anibal Sanchez. Here are your scenarios for Colon and Iwakuma. Iwakuma third at 2.66. See if the Mariners can get some runs against Mr. Colon, who's been murder against him during the course of his career.
Well, Iwakuma did everything that he could. You look at his last outing, 8 shutout innings to get his ERA to a 2.66. And I think as you look at that graphic with Colon and what you're looking at, I think it's the 2 earned runs or less than 5 innings pitched for Iwakuma to work ahead of him. I doubt that Bob Melvin will let Colon go real deep in this game. He's getting ready for the postseason. So I think the Mariners offensively are going to have to do their damage early in this game if they want to help Iwakuma out as far as the ERA title goes.
0-2 here to Brad Miller leading off. Struck him out. 1 down.
And a look at the T-Mobile defense for the Athletics. In the outfield, Cespedes in left, Chris in center field. Josh Reddick is the right fielder. On the infield, Josh Donaldson, good fielding third baseman. Lowry and Sogard playing up the middle. Derek Barton. We're seeing the Mariners early. He was in AAA, and now he's back up here in the big league. Stephen Vogt will do the catching tonight.
Brings up Franklin Gutierrez. He's in right field tonight. 40-year-old Bartolo Colon, 2-0 against the Mariners here in the 2013 campaign, a 3.00 ERA. 18-12 career with a 2.89. And here in Safeco, 11-1 with a 2.04.
He's amazing. A guy that had been a power pitcher in this league. His fastball was 96 to 98 miles an hour. He's really learned how to pitch. You'll see his fastball range anywhere from 91 to 95. Still has a good one at times, but he picks his spots now, and I think the biggest thing for him that we've seen is he can split the corners. He can work the outside edge, come back inside, has a good breaking ball, mix in a changeup. But you'll see a lot of fastballs from him. That's what it is, fastball command. Goodyear gets into this one.
Loses one here. Innings! Home run for Franklin Gutierrez. His 10th of the year, his 24th RBI, and the Mariners on the board. There's an Ernie. That'll go against Colon. And appreciation night. Great crowd in Edwards.
How about Franklin Goodyear? Has been hurt most of the year. That was his 10th home run. So when he's had his opportunities to play, he's made the most of them, and he gets a fastball right down the middle. Didn't miss it.
Mariners on the board with that home run. Mariners have hit 184 home runs, lost. His home run was number 183 for them. Mariners started the day tied with Toronto. A's fourth. Kyle Seager fouls one off 0-2. Now 4 for 18 career against Colon.
That home run, that earned run, Colon's ERA now at 2.68, so he's up above Iwakuma. You guys can continue to put a few more on him.
Popped up, playable. Shortstop. Lowry calls off Donaldson. 2 outs. There's Kendrys Morales, the Mariners DH, 279 with 22 homers and 79 runs batted in. Tough go against the A's and tough run against Colon over the years, 2 for 18. Expect one from Colon, the 05 Cy Young Award winner with the Angels. He went 21-8 with a 3.48 ERA. started out his big league career with Cleveland, Montreal in 2002, the White Sox, then was with the Angels from 04 through 07, 08 with the Red Sox, 09, White Sox, Yankees in 11, and joined Oakland last year. Served a 50-game PED suspension. Didn't play because of malady back in 2010. There's a solid base hit by Morales. Second hit this inning for the Mariners. They'll bring the tying runs to the plate. Raul Ibanez
gets a breaking ball, ends up hanging it in the middle of the plate. Morales not going to miss that pitch. He lines it into right field. Dave mentioned Raul Ibanez going to step in. Raul looking for home run number at 30. What a season he has had. He has 3 games left to try to get 30 on the board. 41 years or older, tied with Ted Williams at 29 home runs.
He's already achieved the milestone of 300 career home runs.
And you can see he hit 4 home runs so far against the A's this year. Athletics put the shift on. Bowery, the shortstop, over on the other side of second base. Sogard, the second baseman, out towards right field. Roll out onto the grass. So they're expecting Raul to pull the ball. Coco Crisp, the center fielder, shading that way also.
1-1. The count to Raul Ibanez. All 0 for 3 on Wednesday. 6-0 Mariner win against KC. Takes that one for ball 2. Two and 1 to Raul. Fouled it into the mid of Vogt. Brings the Mariners in home runs.
Really had to really work in the first, throwing 35 pitches. This next pitch will be 20 for Cologne here in the first inning.
Full count to Raul. On deck hitter Justin Smoke. Three and 2 to Ibanez. Runner takes off. Pitch into the second baseman. Sogard throws out Ibanez. That'll do it. Highlight of the inning. Goody with a home run. His 10th of the year. No question about it. 2-1 pitch. You got it. Put the Mariners on the board. It's a 3-1 Athletics lead. Sports being brought to you by Ford. We are local. By Safeco Insurance. Do more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, where it's hammer time with MC Hammer November 23rd. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. First pitch from Felix way off the plate to Stephen Vogt. The catcher Vogt, Barton, and Sogard 7, 8, 9 here in the second inning.
Felix is going to need a couple of quick innings. Again, 35 pitches in the first. Certainly capable of that. Get a few ground ball outs, help himself out a little bit, but the A's really made him work hard in the first inning. A number of hitters seeing a lot of pitches, 6, 7, 8 pitches in their at bats.
1-1 pitch, slap foul. They're a triple away from the team cycle in the first inning. You got a double by Chris, single by Lowry, and the home run by Moss, a 3-run shot. The National League Pirates win at Cincinnati 4-1. Take a 2-game lead for the second wild card spot. Actually, they're both in. Just puts Pittsburgh up 2-1 on them. Full count here. 3-2. Foul. Pittsburgh will host Cincinnati beginning on Tuesday.
And another long at bat, 6-pitch at bat leading off here in the second inning for Vogt. Felix now with 42 pitches.
Long run for Raul Ibanez. Deep left center field. He makes the catch. Ball driven a long way by Vogt. 1 out. When you join us tomorrow and Sunday afternoon, your kids will eat free. You heard it. That's right. All youngsters 14 and under receive a voucher or a free hot dog and Pepsi at the gates. It's all part of Fan Appreciation Month here at Safeco Field. For more details, log on to Mariners.com/thanks. Brings up Derek Barton, first baseman. Strike one to Barton.
Barton only 98 at bats on the year. 265 with 3 home runs.
National League race, Cincinnati does rally to win the next 2 games. Tie the have a tie record. They would win the tiebreaker head to head. And Cincy, they'd win that season series 10-9. Cincy right now, Pittsburgh in the driver's seat. Derek Barton, over the years, a guy we've seen look at a lot of pitches.
Yes. That's why you could see Felix snatch at the ball when Zunino threw it back to him, missing with that fastball. He had free strike if he wanted it. It was a good breaking ball, but he misses.
3-1. Doesn't take long for that word to get around. On deck, Eric Sogard. The guy's going to get up there and look. Put right in there. Get ahead. 3-1. Walked in first walk. Issued by Felix. Coming up tomorrow, our final Saturday of the 2013 season. Got a day ball game for you. Mariners pregame at 12:30. We're on the air at 1 with game action. Mariners postgame, and then Big Sky football. Montana against Northern Arizona. Tom Blasco will be on the call in that game. Flagstaff, Arizona.
It's the number 9 hitter for the A's, Eric Sogard. Sogard 267 on the year.
He's going to get down. Barton digging for third, and he's going to get there. Sogard wastes little time. Puts it in play, and the A's threaten again. First and third, one out here in the second.
You can see Eric Sogard being aggressive. This pitch just off the plate away, off the end of the bat. Soft line drive into left center field. That's what we see most of the time off of Felix, especially early in the game. Teams are going to be more aggressive. Already a bunch of foul balls for Felix. That's one of the reasons why his pitch count is up. He's also not real sharp with his breaking ball. He keeps missing off the plate away. His next pitch will be 50 for him in the game.
Back-to-back innings, first and third, one out. Top of the order, Coco Crisp double to left center field to open up the ball game. Puts it in play. See if they get the double play. They do. Needed it and got it right on time. Felix much appreciative. We'll take a look at the playoff situations coming up after this timeout. Fan appreciation night. Thank the fans. Got a good crowd on hand here. Close to about 20,000. Get the actual number for you. Might even have more, to be honest with you, as you look around. Be Justin Smoke, Michael Saunders, and Mike Zunino, 6, 7, and 8 here against Bartolo Colon.
I think you have to hope that Felix will settle down now, getting that double play ball. You could see him pump his fist. He was excited about it, so hopefully he can get on track, have a couple of quick innings.
Smoke 4 for 15 with a home run against Cologne. Foul back, 2-1. Back. Bartolo Colon, 40 years old, 5'11". They listed at 267 in his 15th year in the big leagues. Got an Altamira in the Dominican Republic. 2-2. Now, second strikeout for Cologne, one down. Let's update you on the scoreboard. Red Sox behind Big Papi's home run. 12-3 winners at Baltimore, and the Tigers lose to the Marlins 3-2. That's Boston with a 97-63 record. The A's in second place, and Detroit with that loss locks up third place. Now if Boston loses, it's here's Michael Saunders. And Detroit with that loss, not totally out of second place yet, but not looking good. Detroit's eliminated from best record. Best record only.
So the A's need Boston to lose the remainder of the weekend, the last two games, and they have to sweep the Mariners if they want to get out there in front with 97 wins.
A's have the tiebreaker against Boston and Detroit. Here's what it looks like at this moment. Wild card showdown. Cleveland, Tampa Bay. Wild card winner at Boston. Detroit at Oakland. Saunders gone, looking, 2 outs. Third strikeout for Cologne.
I'll bring up Mike Zunino. Catcher hitting 8th in the lineup for the Mariners. Zunino, great night on Wednesday night. He ended up 2 for 4, but he had 2 home runs in that game to give him 5 on the season.
First multiple home run game of his career. First big league home run was against the A's up in Oakland. Straight away center field. O.Co Coliseum. Outside is Hunter Wendelstedt. 2-1. Movement on that one, 2-2.
He's just constantly changing speeds on his fastball. It's been anywhere from 88 to 94 so far. BP fastball down at 91.
Full count. Nick Franklin's on deck. Off by Mike. Two outs and a 3-2 pitch coming here to Zunino. Waiting for it was Lowry. Throws him out in the 1-2-3 inning for Bartolo Colon. 3-1 Athletics lead. Highway, the engine that connects us. Buy Jack in the Box. Go big at participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. And buy CenturyLink, your link to what's next. That is a marvelous look downtown Seattle, where the Athletics at Safeco Field have a 3-1 lead. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew, final weekend of the season. Big news today here in Seattle. Eric Wedge handing in his resignation papers. He will not be back for 2014. Told the media in his usual 4:15 get-together in the dugout. He's looking at Josh Donaldson. Hadn't told the ball club at that point.
Well, they were on the field, and he spoke to him after that when they came in after batting practice. He had him in the clubhouse and spoke to him.
Philosophical disagreement with front office. Foul back. Here from Jack Zarensik, the GM. Post-game show, and Jack in his news conference before the game said he fully expected Eric to be back. He was caught by surprise by this move. They were supposed to have a meeting to go over things on Monday. Eric got together with him today. They reestablished their disagreements, and he said, "I'm done." Yeah, certainly coaching staff doesn't put them in a good position either. 3-1 here. Bouncing ball, Seager. Easy play.
That'll be interesting to watch, bringing up the coaching staff, because they are signed through next year. Eric was able to take care of his coaching staff. And so we'll see what happens on that front. I thought Eric handled the situation today with a lot of class. We'll look at Jeff Datz, Aaron Brown. Difficult. It's a difficult situation, and I thought he was straight to the point and as honest as he could be about the situation and handled it well. It's disappointing.
Jed Lowry, the hitter. Three-run homer in the first inning by Brandon Moss. The A's in front. Gutierrez. The home run is 10th to get the Mariners on the board. Next year, Mike will be looking at our 7th manager in 8 years. Felix with the throw over to Smoke for out number 2. As a catcher, you'll find in your own home rather than behind the plate tomorrow afternoon. First 10,000 fans receive a kitchen catcher, a compact collection bin to dispose of your food waste at home, courtesy of BASF. So help strike out the landfill by picking up tickets now. The Kitchen Catcher Day against these A's. Go to Mariners.com.
It was a long first inning where Felix had to throw 35 pitches in the first, and it's this guy, Brandon Moss, that hurt him the most with a home run, his 29th home run of the season.
What a year he's had.
3-run homer, and that's why Felix is behind 3-1 right now. Has a chance to have a quick inning, just 9 pitches so far in this inning, and he needs a couple of them. This next pitch will be 60 for him working here in the third.
0-1. See the Mariners get Felix some runs. He's not had a victory since 11th of August. 4 straight losses and a no decision since that time.
That looked like a really good changeup from Felix. A lot of arm speed on his changeup. His changeup will be 88 to 89 miles an hour. You can see the location in his last at bat on the home run. For Felix, he throws his changeup with about as much conviction as anybody I've ever seen, and it's a hard changeup. He really relies on the movement on that pitch.
Way upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. has run full. On deck, Yoenis Cespedes. Miller taking a few steps to the right of second base. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. Big strikeout for Felix to go 1-2-3 in the third. His second strikeout of the ball game. Athletics lead it 3-1. The long Puget Sound there. Elliott Bay. Bartolo Colon. A 3-1 lead. He's got Nick Franklin. First time up for Nick. Fouls it off. Nick 2 for 7 with a home run against Colon. Strike 2 to Franklin. Seattle Baseball Writers Association of America handed out their awards tonight. Pitcher of the Year, Iwakuma. Seager Player of the Year, and the unsung hero, Raul Ibanez. Congratulations to those guys. Two. Struck him out. He struck out 3 of the last 4, and 4 for the ball game. Playoff scenarios going to be very interesting, to say the least. Rays lose, Rangers winning, and the Indians are winning. Now, what happens if all 3 tie? Here's a look at what you have in a wild card chase. 3 for 2. The NBA used to shoot 3 for 2. That's a long time ago. That's a different story. Foul back. Tampa Bay and Cleveland. If they play, the winner becomes wild card 1. The loser goes to Texas on Tuesday, and the winner becomes wild card 2. And then those 2 teams play. They're right to play the top seed.
I think the one club that is probably looking forward to something like that would be the Rangers. A difficult month for them. They'd love to get in any way that they can right now. 43 pitches per Columbus.
I think there's something like 9-15 this month, Texas. 1-1. It's a ball. Easy play from Barton. Quick 2 outs.
bring up the Mariners offense in this one today. Franklin Gutierrez, his 10th home run of the season in the first inning. Hit a long fly ball out to left in the Oakland A's bullpen.
On one to Goody. Home run number 10 for him. His 24th RBI. Pretty typical of the, when you go to the category O, what might have been. It's just his 41st game. Way outside. Comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, held on by Vogt. That's 3, 6, 7 in a row retired by Colon. He's racked up 5 strikeouts. He's got a 3-1 advantage on Felix. The 2013 season. Time for the AT&T trivia question. Who is the career ERA leader in the live ball era? Mariano Rivera, Whitey Ford, Hoyt Wilhelm, or Sandy Koufax?
Wow.
That is a list. Mr. Rivera will be joining those other gentlemen in the Hall of Fame 5 years from now. Yikes. But there's a lot of marks in Koufax, Wilhelm, Ford, Rivera.
I'm going to go with Koufax.
So am I. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Did you see Pettit and Jeter go out to the mound and get the ball from Rivera?
Tremendous.
It was great.
Outstanding play called by Joe Girardi last night. If you didn't see it, folks, go to MLB at Batter. YouTube it. Very emotional.
I was surprised by that.
That was so emotional?
That for Rivera, yeah. I thought it was interesting.
Up the middle, here comes Nick Franklin. Throws out Cespedes. The grounds crew, let's see, doing their dance here tonight. And that's where the smoke came from. That looks like there are fireworks later. That looked like they were taking a picture back in the roaring 20s. Josh Reddick will be the hitter now. Hope to have a special guest, maybe in the next couple innings. We hope to have somebody on here in a few minutes. I'm sure you'll enjoy his presence. second. First back. That goes foul past Ty Waller, the first base coach and former Cub. The dulcet tones of the King's Court.
They're ready.
One and two. There's a defensive swing.
And Felix giving up 3 runs in the first inning, and it looks like after the double play ball in the second to get him out of some trouble. He settled down, had an easy third, a 1-2-3 third. Quick ground ball out by Cespedes.
2 strikeouts, 1 walk tonight for Felix. Zunino and Felix thought they had something going there.
Good changeup. Thought he ran it right off the outside corner. According to the tracer, he just missed, but close pitch.
Two. Did not go, says Jerry Lane. Full count.
We'll take a look at it. You can decide if he went too far. I think he was okay.
Jerry, the crew chief. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. 2 down here in the 4th. 3rd strikeout for Felix.
This is just a good fastball, well located off the outside corner. Really just a perfect pitch. Good frame job by Zunino. By the way, we've been talking about all these playoffs in ERA for Iwakuma. Felix now 202 innings on the year. 6th time he's been past 200 innings in a season.
Started out tonight 7th in the league at 2.99. Nice job by Franklin. 1-2-3 inning for Felix. He's done a nice job. Come back here. Coming up for the Mariners, Kyle Seager, Kendrys Morales, and Raul Ibanez. Live with that. That would be great. Let's take a look at the ERA leaders. We've been talking a lot about that coming into tonight's action. Colon and Sanchez. Look at this, is up to the 2nd. Colon with a very slight edge, and the Mariners need to get some more runs off of this guy to put Sashi Iwakuma in position to move up at least the 2nd, if not win the American League ERA title.
And I think there's a good chance that he's only going to pitch 2 more innings. Again, they're getting ready for the postseason, so if the Mariners can put 1 more earned run on him and he only pitches 5, Iwakuma will work his way ahead of him. Excuse me, less than 5 innings. So his pitch count, he's fine shape, just 48 pitches for Cologne.
Seager, Morales, and Ibanez 3-4-5 here. Pitch outside for ball one. The left fielder replacing Yoenis Cespedes is left-handed hitting a power hitter, Seth Smith. Now back by Kyle, 1-1. Mariners run on Agudi. Home run into Edgars in left field. Second man to swing the bat against Cologne tonight. Slow roll. Sogard boots it. Heat 4. Good start to the Mariners here in the fourth inning.
Mariners will take the help. There you go. Oh, right off the glove, closing a little bit early, and that will be an error on the second baseman. Mariners are able to get their leadoff hitter on. Bring up Morales. Morales with a solid base hit his first time up, hit a line drive on a breaking ball into right field.
Strike one to Kendris. One to Morales. Takes it outside. Ball one, 1-1. One pitch. Stays away from it. 2-1.
You'd like to see Kendris get a ball that he can handle hitting the air. If he hits it on the ground, he's a good double play candidate. He can get something elevated from Cologne and drive it into a gap. Coco Crisp shading towards right center.
And deep. 2-1. 3-1.
He's being careful, isn't he?
Sure is.
All those pitches off the plate away. Raul Ibanez waiting on deck.
Morales with that base hit that he picked up in the first. Just his third hit in what's that, 21 at bats against Cologne. He didn't want any part of it.
Well, the Athletics trying to help the Mariners out. First an error on the ground ball by Seager, and now a walk. A couple runners on, and haven't had a hit in the inning, but that'll bring up Raul Ibanez. What a year for Raul. 29 home runs.
The tying runs are aboard. Bob Melvin love to finish strong in these 3 games here. Outside shot, getting the home field advantage. Get some help done. First pitch to Raul. Right back up here.
Good pitch to hit. He had an elevated fastball, 93 miles an hour, but it is in the middle of the plate. Good aggressive swing at it.
Take on that one, 1-1. Coming in is Coco Crisp. It's the cutoff man, 1 down. Game 2 of this set. CenturyLink linked to what's next. We'll see Jared Parker 12-7 against Brandon Mowers 4-8. One out, 2 on for Justin Smoke. Struck out on a 2-2 pitch his first time. Strike 1.
It's the best fastball we've seen from Cologne. 95 miles an hour. Elevated fastball just off the plate away. We've seen this before from him when he's pitched against the Mariners. If he gets in some trouble, all of a sudden you see that fastball velocity start to jump up, 94, 95.
Two to Smoke with 2 on. Inside and missed. Inning started with an error by the second baseman Sogard, a walk to Morales. Banya's a fly to center. Mariners got the run in the first. Goody with a home run. That after a 3-run shot by Brandon Moss. His 29th home run. Runs his RBI total to 84. Put the A's in front. This one skied. Shortstop. Lowry's under. Field fly was in effect. And they're 2 down with 2 on. Bring up Michael Saunders. He took it, called third strike his first time up. Mariners could use a big hit. He understated. Popped it up. Seth Smith, his first play tonight. So how about Cologne? And Aaron will walk. First 2 men are aboard, and then fly out, pop up, pop up. 3-1. Athletics. St. Louis Cardinals do it again. They play the Cubs tonight, and here's a look at the final out, a 7-0 whitewashing here, and another Central Division championship for the Cardinals. It ties them with the Braves for the best record in the National League. The Dodgers are now locked in the 3 spot.
Well, we were just in St. Louis, and we can tell you that is a quality ball club right there. They can do a lot of things, so we'll see what happens.
There's a look at the standings. The Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Reds in that Central. They're the top records: Cardinals, Braves, Dodgers. The Braves do have the tiebreaker over St. Louis. And how about this? They've been getting it done. Alan Craig, their RBI leader, he will miss at least the NL Divisional Series. They're 16-6.
Well, that's where they're fortunate. Adams is picking up the slack for them.
Miller, long throw, and that gets Barton. 1 down here in the 5th inning. We're saying thanks to our youngest Mariner fans with prizes, surprises, mascots, and more for Kids Appreciation Day. That's Sunday against these A's. Thanks to Ivers and Kid Valley. All kids will receive a free Mariner Moose poster. Plus, there will be prize giveaways all game long, including a BMX bike, flat screen TV, autographs, and more. So get your tickets right now. Join in on the fun. Go to Mariners.com. Cardinals' Alan Craig has been out since September 4th. They've run up a record of 16-6 since then.
Felix has now retired 8 batters in a row. So after the first inning where he really struggled, looks like he's figured things out. Done a pretty good run. Sogard with a base hit his first time up. Little line drive out towards left center field.
Speed pitch fouled away. Ball at 2 strikes. One-two pitch. High. Three strikeouts, 1 walk for Felix. 2-2. Full count.
Coco Crisp, leadoff hitter.
Boy, there was a stretch there in late August and into mid-September. Seemed like he was putting on a home run barrage every night. 3-2. This one popped up. Seager giving chase. He might have a play. Oh, off his glove.
Off the end of the glove. Yeah. Looking over his shoulder, he knew the stands were coming up on him. And they went right off the end of his glove. Take another look at it. McDonald Supermo as he reaches out trying to make the catch.
Two pitch. Ground foul.
.84 pitches working here in the 5th inning for Felix.
Good crowd out there.
Yeah, there is.
Fly ball right center field for Saunders. 2 down, 9 in a row retired by Felix. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. You know, King Felix, my oh my, you got it. Hardy fans out there came well prepared with the blanket. overcoat.
Coco Chris 1 for 2, doubled and scored a run in the first, then hit into a double play in the second inning. All year though, 22 home runs for Coco.
Bottom of the 8th, Texas 5-3 at home, leading the Angels. One to Coco. 22 home runs, a career best. He hit 11 last year, 16 with Cleveland in 05, 15 in 04. Back up the middle, base hit. First A's hit since the Sogard single back in the second inning. Brings up Josh Donaldson. Not much of a lead for Crisp at first. Strike one. Coco will run. It's 20 out of 25. Team leader with those 20 stolen bases.
There's a good breaking ball from Felix. Buried it into the dirt. Donaldson, a couple of ground outs for him in the game. Felix is now at 90 pitches. Nobody throwing in either bullpen. Typically you wouldn't have to look out there with Felix and Colon on the mound, but Felix a lot of pitches, 90 pitches so far, and we're not sure how far Bob Melvin is going to go with Colon.
Swing and a miss. Quick dismissal of Donaldson on 3 pitches. That ends the A's 5th. They leave a runner, but they've got a 3-1 lead. Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Here's how it all happened. 3-run homer by Brendan Moss in the first inning, and then Goody with a home run in the home first, and no scoring since then. Mike Zunino leads off, followed by Nick Franklin and Brad Miller. 8-9-1 for the Mariners against Bartolo Colon. Great year for Cologne, 17-6, a 2.64 ERA entering tonight. He's ahead of Zunino, 0-2.
His ERA down to a 2.63 now.
Oof. Zunino bounced to short his first time. Ball one.
And for Cologne, 67 pitches in the game. Nobody throwing in the A's bullpen.
Here we are in the fifth. I thought maybe this might be it, right?
That might be. He goes in there and have plenty of time to get somebody loose while the Mariners are in the field. So we'll see what happens. If he goes into the clubhouse after this inning without giving up a run, it looks like he will probably get the ERA title. And we don't know when Sanchez is going to pitch for the Tigers.
Foul back this way. Two and two. Took a lot off, struck him out. That is 6 strikeouts for Cologne.
Again, he went back to the BP fastball. This one is at 91 miles an hour. A little bit of movement up in the zone. Mike gives up on it and runs back on the outside corner. Didn't argue about it. Good pitch from Cologne. Gonna bring up Nick Franklin. Nick, strikeout victim, his first time up.
Half a dozen Ks for Cologne. 2 lucky. One. Colone's not pitching like a 40-year-old, Mike.
No, he's not. Well, we already talked about having the year that he has put together, 17-6 with a 2.64 ERA. He's a different pitcher than the guy I saw break into the big leagues. But he can pitch.
Playable. Donaldson put it away, 2 down. Baseball Ballpark Empire. Video game that puts you in the owner's suite is now available free on iPhone and iPad. Build your stadium and make the decisions to guide your team to the World Series. Download MLB Ballpark Empire free today. Data and usage rates may apply. 2 outs, Brad Miller top the order. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Strike out and ground out. And this one is playable as well. Donaldson in fair territory. Cologne on a nice run again. He goes 1-2-3. He's retired the last 6. 3-1 lead. Sports being brought to you by Puget Sound Acura dealers. Visit your Puget Sound Acura dealers to test drive the extremely new MDX. And Appreciation Night, fireworks coming up afterwards here at Safeco Field. Good crowd. Right now, though, the Mariners on the short end, 3-1. Bartolo Colon has been outstanding, striking out 6, walking 1, and giving up just 2 hits. Felix Hernandez gave up a big 3-run homer to Brendan Moss in the first inning. He struck out 4, walked 1.
For Felix, this will probably be his last inning. 92 pitches now working here in the top of the 6th inning. Can't tell if it's Perez or Lafron Boyce getting loose in the pen, left-hander for the Mariners.
It is turn your back specialist. Show him the numbers.
There he is.
Lowry a base hit, a ground out tonight. 1-1. Breaking ball and a good one. Held on to by Zunino. Ball and 2 strikes.
We talk about it all the time with starting pitchers, especially the good ones. You're going to get after them. You have to get after them in the first, second inning. They typically will settle down. That's been the case for Felix so far in this one. Tough first inning, but since then, he really pitched well. Had a double play ball in the second. He's given up just 1 hit. That was in the 5th.
Good nails.
There you go. 95 pitches total for Felix.
2-2. Back up the middle. Miller. Big strong throw to get him. 1 out here in the A's 6th as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Tomorrow, a Saturday affair at 1:10, and then we wrap up the season Sunday. Playoffs start on Tuesday. Here's Brendan Moss, 3-run homer in the first, strikeout on a 3-2 pitch in the third. It's the ball 1. That's a breaking ball in there.
Bunch of curveballs in this one tonight. Seems like he's thrown as many changeups, more curveballs from him. 98 pitches for Felix. His fastball percentage at 71%.
2, only 2 strikes.
Good crowd out in the court tonight.
This time of the year, final time of the season. Talking to some Oakland people. Congratulations on winning back-to-back division titles. How do you do it? A couple of guys said, I don't know.
It's the truth. Well, we were talking about it before the game. It's you know, with the last couple of years especially, it looked like it was going to be the Rangers, and these guys have just had terrific Septembers.
Beginning part of the season, I was told they had all kinds of trouble scoring runners from third. It picked up markedly in the second half as Moss swings and misses. That's the 5th strikeout for Felix Hernandez. But they said they did such a much better job second half of the year. And the thing that has plagued the Mariners, get the guy leadoff man on second, move him up, and then get him in.
Well, they picked it up the last 2 years, and it's been August, September for them. In the meantime, both years, the Rangers struggling to get to the end of the schedule.
And Seth Smith came in to replace Cespedes. Left the game with a minor injury.
A sore right shoulder, we're told, for Cespedes.
1 to Seth. Smith 6 for 18 against Felix. Some pitch, isn't it? 1 and 2.
Again, it's a curveball. He's thrown quite a few curveballs, and he's had a good one.
He can get out of here with half a dozen strikeouts. 1-2 to Smith. Up high.
After the high fastball, maybe he'll come back with a good changeup right here. Put him away.
Mariners 10-6 against the A's this season. 4-2 here in Seattle. 6-4 in Oakland. Two. Swing and a miss. A half dozen strikeouts for the King. That could do it for him. 6 innings tonight. That might be the final time we see him in 2013. And it was a good way to put a wrap on this season for the King. A 3-1 lead. They get a Brandon Moss 3-run homer in the first. Goody with a home run for the Mariners in the home first, and that is all the scoring so far. Bartolo Colon against Felix Hernandez. Here's Gutierrez to lead it off. Goody, Seager, and Morales 2, 3, 4. Here in the 6th.
Franklin with his 10th home run of the season. I think you absolutely said it the best, Dave, when he was up last time. What could have been?
Oh.
It just was not available. Is this 41 games? 42 games?
This is his 41st game. 10 home runs. 24 RBIs. Broke his bat, fly ball right field. Easy play for Reddick. Both Glover out there and out. Revisit our trivia question. It was, who's the career ERA leader in the live ball era? Mo, Whiting, Hoyt, or Mr. Koufax? Mike and I went with Mr. Koufax. So did the fan survey says Hoyt Wilhelm with the knuckleball. 2.52. How about that? Not enough innings for Mariano Rivera. By the way, regarding Sandy Koufax, if you haven't read it, it's been out a couple, 3 years now. Jane Levy's book, Lefty, is one of the better. I mean, it is a high quality sports biography. Jane Levy, L-E-A-V-Y. In fact, I mean, Nielsen, are you going to break out the copy of it? He's got it in the back here. I guess he finished it recently. Actually, let's see, it's Yeah, Sandy Koufax, a lefty's legacy. That's what it is. Great play.
Well, I can tell you that it was one of the big thrills for me when I was with the Dodgers in spring training, and he was there on a daily basis walking around.
How cool is that?
That was great. What a nice man. 80 pitches for Cologne, 56 strikes.
Never had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Koufax, although the guy told me one time in Atlanta at the Final Four, he said, you know, Sandy Koufax is sitting right behind you. I was like, now you tell me that he's already left? 1-2. Seager, 0 for 2, will be followed by Morales. Two and 2. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk for Cologne thus far. It's held the Mariners hitless since the first inning.
Well, it looks like Felix's night is going to be finished. Perez is throwing again in the bullpen.
Two. It'll be interesting offseason for the Mariners. Got to find a new manager. And then you're going to see what free agent possibilities are out there, trade possibilities. A lot of work to do by the front office. 2-2. That is strikeout number 7 for Cologne. 2 outs here in the 6th.
It's a good running fastball, 92 miles an hour, runs it off the outside corner. A lot of movement on that fastball. Bring up Morales. Morales with a base hit in the first and then walked in the 4th.
0-1. 8 early retired by Cologne. Eric Wedge in the middle there. Carl Willis to your left. Bobby Thompson to your right. Just joining us, Wedge sent his letter of resignation to the front office today, and it was accepted. He's going to manage tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, finish out the season. They will be moving along. Jack Zarenzik, the general manager of the ball club, will be joining us on the post-game show. 23,014 on hand here. Fan appreciation night. Two on. 3-1.
After that base hit that Morales picked up, he's been careful with him. He's trying to pitch everything off the plate away. Navania's waiting on deck, but he hasn't had much to hit. Except for that one.
That's gone. That's way gone. Home run, Morales. Morales came into tonight's game by 2 for 18 against Cologne. Cologne's pitched him like he was 15 for 18.
Well,
he knew something.
He fell behind 3-1. It looked like they set up a way. That's where they've been pitching his last few at bats. And Cologne just pulls across the fastball, 92 miles an hour, and throws it middle in. You can see him set up on the outside corner. Didn't get it there, and Morales makes him pay. For Morales, his 23rd home run of the season.
Second home run tonight by the Mariners. A 3-2 ball game. Here's Raul. Still looking for home run number 30, which would set a new standard for 41-year-olds. He's tied with Ted Williams at 29.
So nobody throwing in the A's bullpen, and Cologne now at 92 pitches working here in the 6th.
With that earned run, Cologne's ERA goes to 2.65.
Here's a number for you, Dave. So 93 pitches for Cologne. 97% of them have been fastballs.
Same story we've seen in the previous meetings.
You just don't see that.
That's amazing. Yeah. Ball and 2 strikes to Raul.
I thought in the last outing by James Paxton, I think he was over 80%. I thought that was a lot, especially in today's game. So many guys mix it up quite a bit, but he's just going right at you, trying to locate his fastball.
Well located fastball. Still the toughest pitch to hit. 3-2 ball game. That was the first Mariner hit since the first inning.
Tried to overthrow that one a little bit. 95 miles an hour, still has a good fastball. He was creeping up on 100 pitches. 95 so far in this game.
Two and 2 to about his 2 outs. Nobody on. Run in.
Rare changeup.
Two and 2 to Raul. Pitch from Cologne. Tried to drive it, missed it, found it into the glove of Vogt. Mariners draw and run closer against Cologne and the A's. Oakland leads at 3-2. Athletics leading the Mariners in the 7th. Time for Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Felix Hernandez. His night is done, and he finishes with 6 strikeouts.
6 innings for Felix, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Just the 1 walk. Gave up those 3 runs in the first inning. It was a 3-run home run by Brandon Moss, but Felix after that settled in and really pitched well. The shame of it is his ERA ends up just a tick over 3.04 for Felix. Came into the game with a 2.99. He did go over 200 innings for a 6th straight season again, but Felix tonight really strong after that first inning. But that'll be it. 2013 season for Felix Hernandez in the books.
If the Mariners can get some runs and get him off the hook for this L.
Another strong year for him.
Will be the focal point of the pitching staff again next year.
Oliver Perez will take over for the Mariners. "60 appearances for him, a 3.42 ERA, 74 strikeouts over 52 2/3. That's a really good number for him. 25 walks on the year.
Here's the pitch in tight to Josh Reddick. Reddick could ground out the second, a strikeout looking. Reddick's got good numbers against Oliver. He's got to be careful. 4 for 6. The start Oliver was looking for, 3-0. On deck, pinch hitter Derek Norris. And a 4-pitch walk. Start the 7th. Mariners and Luna Family Hearing are partnering for Senior Sundays at Safeco Field. All fans 60 and older receive $5 off select view or $10 off select main level seats for all Sunday afternoon games. And don't miss final event coming up this Sunday against the A's, a 1:10 start time. Tickets available at the Safeco Field box office with a valid ID. Here's Norris, the pinch hitter. Breaking ball for strike.
Oliver missed with 4 fastballs to Reddick. Comes back with a breaking ball for his first strike.
Norris will take over the catching duties.
On the year, Norris 244 with 8 home runs.
So now Perez ahead. 0-2. Inside, just missed. Home run's been the story tonight. 3-run shot by Moss, Goody, and Morales homers for the Mariners. It is a drive deep to left, and that's way gone. Goodness gracious, that ball was blasted by Norris. 2-run shot, another home run. 5-2. Oakland headed on a 1-2 pitch. Tattooed.
Yeah, this looks like a fastball. It's one of the things we've talked about with Perez. His velocity down the first half. His fastball was 94, 95. He's in the upper 80s, maybe low 90s, and that one down and in as Norris golfs it out of here. I think it hits it back up there where the stairwell is, over the bullpen, the A's bullpen.
2 home runs for both teams. A's have got more mileage out of theirs.
Carter Capps get loose in a hurry.
A home run for Norris, his 9th, 28th and 29th RBIs. And it's the 3rd time he's going to pinch hit homer. Look out.
Starting to get some action in the A's pen too, so maybe Cologne night is finished.
Ryan Cook.
Yeah, hard throwing right-hander.
Back with the strike 1 and 2. One-two pitch. Off the plate, Franklin. Throws wildly.
Yeah.
E4.
Comes in, gets it in good shape. Good play by Smoke. Looks like his foot does come off the base, though.
12th error for Franklin. There's 3 men have reached here in the 7th inning for the Athletics.
Roberto Callespo coming out to pinch hit. He will pinch hit for Sogard, the second baseman. Callespo switch hitter. This is something that Bob Melvin has done all year, mixing and matching his lineup, trying to. A lot of guys that are basically in a platoon situation for them. You can see what he's done against the Mariners this year, a .429 average, 257 overall with 9 home runs.
Obtained from the Angels. He had that monster game against the Mariners in Anaheim earlier this year. A couple of years ago, he had a pitch hit home run here against the Mariners. Strike 2. Scrambled by Zunino. Way outside. 2-2.
Oliver struggling a little bit. 16 pitches, 8 strikes.
It's out of play.
And you can see his velocity is just down here in the second half. Last fastball just 90 miles an hour.
Foul off again.
Pitches for Oliver, and he's still looking to get his first out. Walk, a home run, and then an error.
He'll get some damage done. 2-2. Breaking ball hit foul.
8th pitch of this at bat coming up. Carter Cap should be ready to go in the pen. And 19 pitches for Oliver.
Two and 2 here. Nobody out. This is playable. Smoke will take care of it. First out, get to the top of the order now. Coco Crisp.
Coco, switch hitter. He'll turn around and hit right-handed against Perez. Coco having a good night. Double, scored a run in the first, hit into a double play, and then had another base hit in the 5th. Base hit back up the middle.
Appreciation night here at the ballpark. Fireworks display. Hopefully Rain will stop down the line. More trouble. Coco Crisp is on fire. Here's Barton. Hey, gets a stop sign. A double for Coco Crisp. Barton had full attention to keep going, but he picked up Mike Gallego late. Able to slam on the brakes.
Which is rare most of the time. By the time you get that far down the line and pick up your third base coach, you just keep going, but he was able to put the brakes on. High fastball up in the middle of the plate, just 89 miles an hour as Coco hits it down into the corner. And with that double, we're going to end up with a pitching change.
First appearance on the field by Eric Wedge, who's departing as manager. Perez not effective. The change will be right back. A 3-run shot, a 2-run homer. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference in the game. This is the first one, and it made a difference immediately, Mike.
Yeah, Felix on the mound in the first inning, a 3-run home run. The A's have not looked back since. Another 2-run homer, but that's Brandon Moss, his 29th home run of the season. Carter Capps will take over. Hard throwing right-hander. Carter's fastball 95 to 98 miles an hour. Also throw a slider and an occasional change up to the lefties, but he's coming in with some trouble runners on second and third. Just one out for Carter, so he's going to be looking for the strikeout. 51 appearances on the year, a 5.65 ERA. Opponent's average high for Carter, 3.08 average, 65 strikeouts, 23 walks, giving him 12 home runs this year. He will get to face a right-handed hitter in Josh Donaldson. Donaldson, an all-star for the Athletics, and for Carter this year, his struggles have come against left-handed hitters. See what he can do. First base is open.
Runners at second and third. You've got Barton at third, Crisp at second. One out. Pinch hit home run this inning by Derek Norris. 2-run shot.
Athletics 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Ball one.
Good fastball, 99 miles an hour from Carter. Feels strong.
A couple of groundouts and a strikeout tonight for Mr. Donaldson.
They may have caught him if he'd thrown the ball a little bit sooner.
Yep.
Timing was off on the play, but Nick Franklin, the second baseman, was able to sneak in, and it didn't look like Coco was paying attention.
One-oh pitch. One. That's swinging a miss. Back by Donaldson, a ball and 2 strikes.
Carter caught a break there. That was a hanging slider up and in the middle of the plate. Good swing by Donaldson. He was able to see it. I think for Carter tonight may be one of those nights where his fastball's so good, just throw it. Challenge him. 98, 99 miles an hour so far with his heater.
One, 2. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Lucas Litke loose in the pen.
Chopper, runners coming home. Only plays the first. Donaldson retired 5-3, picks up an RBI. To be his 93rd. 2 outs. Coco Crisp, he holds at second.
I'm surprised he didn't move up.
Oh, wow.
You can see it right now. He's thinking the same thing. Should be at third. I'll bring up Jed Lowry. Lowry tonight 1 for 3, scored a run in the first, had a single. So tap back to the pitch right, grounded out to short.
Strike 1. So an 0-2 count now. Jed Lowry. Seventh man to the plate here in the 7th inning. 3 runs on the board for Oakland here in the 7th. Gets away Coco Crisp. Easily the 3rd. Wild pitch. Counts 1-2.
We saw Lucas Litke getting loose in the pen. He's getting ready, I think, for the man standing on deck. Brandon Moss, the left-handed hitter, standing on deck.
1-2. 2 outs and a man at third. Pitch. Buried it in the dirt. 2-2. Two from Caps. Foul balls.
He hasn't been able to catch up to his fastball. Carter's had a good fastball tonight. He's having a tough time with his slider. He's thrown it in the dirt a couple of times in this at bat. Two and 2. Full count.
Two-run homer by Norris. RBI ground out by Donaldson. 3 runs here in the 7th. Payoff 3-2. Struck him out. Damage though done here in the 7th inning as the A's expand the lead to 6-2. Lottery. Last year, Washington's lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They can do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's lottery, winning heirs are made daily. 7th inning stretch here at Safeco Field. Good crowd at 23,014. Mariners on the short end right now to the Athletics, who are playoff bound. So if the Mariners can get cranking offensively here in the home 7th with Smoke, Saunders, and Zunino. And Bartolo Colon, Mike. Yep. His night done. He pitched a nice ball game.
Yep, he did what he had to do. Gave up a couple of runs. Both of them earned runs. 2 solo homers for Colon. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 97 pitches in this one. And I think maybe the number that is mind-boggling really is 97% fastballs tonight. He just went right after him with a good fastball.
Updated in the ERA chase. Anibal Sanchez is now the leader by himself. They started this game tied.
And we'll see if Sanchez is going to get a start for the Tigers.
Jim Leyland has not made a determination yet, trying to get that rotation in order for the playoffs.
In the meantime, Ryan Cook will take over, hard-throwing right-hander for the A's. Mariners certainly aware of him and what he's going to do. Bring a good fastball with him, that's for sure. At times he can get wild.
A's win this game. Detroit's guaranteed the 3 seed.
69 appearances for Cook, a 2.62 ERA, 66 strikeouts. That's over 65 in the 3rd. Giving up a couple of home runs this year.
A's quickly ahead of Smoke 0-2.
Smoke, Saunders, and Zunino due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Smoke 0 for 5 against Cook. Not surprisingly, Alberto Callaspo, he's in at second base. Derek Norris doing the catching.
And they have the big shift on again. Callaspo out in shallow right field. Lowry on the other side of second base. Donaldson is at the shortstop position.
All 2 strikes. Mariner runs coming on the long ball. Goody in the 1st. Morales in the 6th. 3 hits total. Smoke's gone, 1 out. Save time and money. Riding Sounder from Lakewood and South Tacoma to Seattle. For schedules, visit soundtransit.org.
Let's see what Michael Saunders can do. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout looking and a fly out to left field.
Strike one. Saunders 1 for 5 against Cook. Athletics team ERA second only to Kansas City in the American League. Fastball, he's ahead 0-2. Runs in the first, 3 in the 7th for Oakland. 1 in the first, 1 in the 6th for the Mariners. 0-2 to Saunders on the outside. Long run for Seth Smith. On the track, makes the catch, 2 down. Tune in to Root Sports tomorrow night. We're going to bring you another Big Sky Conference matchup presented by your local Ford stores. Watch the Montana Grizzlies kick off against the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Be here for all the Big Sky action tomorrow only on Root Sports.
Mike Zunino going to step in. 0 for 2 for Mike.
Pretty awesome.
Zunino facing Cook for the first time.
Like on Wednesday night, having his first multi-homer game. It went out to left field, another one to right center, which was impressive late in the game.
I think slicing hits this one well right on the butt, but Smith is going to let it get over his head. I thought he was going to make a play on that, and he holds him to a single. Good for Mike Zunino. I thought he had a play on that, didn't you?
I thought that he did, but maybe he didn't think he'd get back in time. And looking at it again, I don't know that he would have been able to. This ball is hit right on the button, gets a fastball and drives it out to left field. Line drive hits about the middle of the fence.
Let's see. It is. All right,
Yeah,
it's
no
well
chance.
over.
Yeah, no chance.
It's okay.
Made the right play. Oh, it held him to a single because he played it that way. Bring up Nick Franklin. Nick 0 for 2.
Bouncing ball. Barton will take care of it, and that'll do it for the Mariners. We head to the 8th. It's all Oakland. Lucas Litke will take over. Sports being brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. And by Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Gorgeous night here in Seattle. 6-2 Athletics. Let's take a look at today's whiff, brought to you by Head & Shoulders with a hint of Old Spice.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. I think he's trying to get in the conversation for Cy Young Award winner. He was impressive tonight. A lot of fastball. Ended up throwing 97 pitches, and 97% of those were fastballs, and just changed speeds, 88 miles an hour to 95 miles an hour. Ended up tying the Mariners up. Had 8 strikeouts in this one. Again, you're going to see a lot of fastballs. How about the movement on that two-seam fastball as he catches the outside corner? Well, what a season for him. He leaves with the lead. Came into the game a 17-game winner. And he's also has a chance to get out in front as far as the ERA title goes. Lucas Litke will take over for the Mariners here in the 8th inning. Get a couple of left-handers. Brendan Moss, Seth Smith do 33 appearances for Lucas. 4.75 ERA, 26 strikeouts over the 36 innings he has pitched. And it looks like Chris Young has come out on deck, the right-handed hitter.
Bob Melvin using all his guys tonight. Here's Moss to lead it off. 3-run homer and a 2-1 pitch off of Felix in the first inning. Struck out twice since then. Pops this one up. Short center field. Chris Young now will pinch hit.
And Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose in the pen.
Young to stay on play in the outfield. Good numbers as a pinch hitter. I don't know, Chris. Out of the stadium. 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Lucas has a good fastball tonight. 91, 92 miles an hour. Left-handed hitter on that, Josh Reddick waiting. Wow, did he hit him?
Sure sounded like it. It's close, full count.
Not sure how it missed him. That was just a bad slider, spiked it up there. There's Reddick.
2, a walk and a run scored for Reddick.
Hard throwing left-hander in the pen for the A's. Sean Doolittle getting loose.
Way inside. A walk to Young. That's 1 out. Stay tuned to Root Sports tonight. Catch a high school football game of the week presented by Papa Murphy's. Watch the Newport Knights kick off against the Issaquah Eagles. Action begins at 10:30 p.m. so don't miss your favorite local teams in action this season on Root Sports. Texas Rangers 5-3 over the Angels. That is a final. Good swing and a miss by Reddick. 1. Two and 1. Wild card scores for tonight. Blue Jays beat the Rays. Rangers win. The Tribe wins. 2 and 1 Ken here. Swing and a miss. 2 and 2. Here's how the standings look in the American League for the wild card. Look at that. Texas 1 game back. 2 to play.
Something, isn't it? Right down to the wire.
Oh, man. Two. Struck him out. 2 outs. A strikeout for Lipke. Hey fans, a reminder to catch all the action of the 2013 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox, TBS, and MLB Network. It all starts October 1st.
Another pitching change. Yeah, Tom Wilhelms.
Big Tom will get a chance to pick up the 3rd out here, and we will take a break. 2 outs, a man on. Here in the 8th, A's lead it 6-2. Back here at Safeco Field, Tom Wilhelmsen takes over, so you can get the final out here in the 8th inning. Derek Norris will be the hitter.
Norris with a pinch hit home run, came off the bench and homered off of Perez. 2-run home run.
That thing was walloped. Strike 1 from Tom. Norris 0 for 2 against Wilhelmsen. Runner goes, got a huge jump. Throw is not in time. Chris Young with the stolen base. What a jump he got. That is his 9th stolen base.
Not much of a chance. Looked like a cut fastball from Tom. A's are 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
1-1 pitch here to Norris. Backhand by Zunino, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 2-2. Young, good runner. Fast runner at second base.
Good fastball from Tom. Let's see if he drops that curveball in there. Or a 12-6 curveball. Tom, that's a pitch that he struggled with for a little bit when he was going through that tough time. Couldn't find the plate with it. But when he's on, that is a devastating pitch. One of the best curveballs you're going to see.
And he gets laced into left field for a base hit. Young will score easily. And Derek Norris, what a night. 2 for 2 off the bench, 3 RBI.
Not much bite to that one. Just kind of hanger in the middle of the plate. You could see Zunino was asking for the pitch to be in the dirt, keep it down. Tom didn't get it there. Norris picks up an RBI. His third. And the Athletics now 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
7-2 lead for the two-time division champions. Base hit left field. Here comes Norris. He's going to score. 8-2 Athletics. RBI for Barton is 14th.
Calespo will step in. Came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. Popped up to first. He's 0 for 1.
6 men to the plate here in the 8th inning. Two and 0 to Calespo. Back in the count now. 2-1 with that strike. Foul. 2-2. The middle slow roller takes Miller right to the bag. That'll do it. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. A man left. 8-2 Oakland. Let's take a look at our Money Tree in-time play, and it focuses on the Mariners starter Felix Hernandez tonight.
There you go. Over 200 innings again. That's 6 straight years for him. Pretty exclusive company. Verlander, Shields, Sabathia, Lee, Burley.
Joins Jamie Moyer, Randy Johnson, early Mariners to do it. 6+ with 200+. Young stays in the game. Young in left field.
Athletics will have a new pitcher, left-hander Sean Doolittle taking over. Hard throwing left-hander. His fastball will be 95+.
Converted first baseman.
69 appearances for him, a 3.18 ERA. 59 strikeouts, just 13 walks on the year. He has given up 4 home runs, and he will get the top of the lineup. It'll be Brad Miller, Franklin Gutierrez, and Kyle Seager due up here in the bottom of the 8th.
Ready to swing because generally around the plate. It's good hard stuff. Strike 1. Miller. Strikeout, ground out, pop up. Breaking ball fouled back on 2. Four hits tonight by the Mariners. They have been spread out. 3 pitches. Miller's gone. 1 down. We'll bring up Gutierrez. Home run. Strikeout. Fly to right. Doolittle. Goody 1 for 2 against him. Held on by Norris, 0-2.
It's amazing that he ever had the chance to play first base. You find a left-hander that has an arm like that. Just put him right on the mound.
I'm hearing it. First baseman Norris makes the. The catcher Norris makes the play. I'll bring up Kyle Seager. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 outs by Doolittle, dealing with the 6-run lead.
Yeah. Kyle stepped in. He's 0 for 3. He did reach base on an error by the second baseman to lead off the 4th inning.
Ball 1. Which ball he's throwing? Morales home runs. Those are 2 of the 4 hits. The other hits, Morales got a first inning single, and there was a 7th inning 2-out single by Zunino. Those are the 4 Mariner base knocks. 2-0.
Been watching him all year, and he reminded me of somebody, and I just figured it out.
Is that Doolittle?
Yep. Arthur Rhodes, when he first broke into the big league, straight over the top, left-hander, 95 to 97 miles an hour, coming right at you.
Skied to center field. Doolittle, good work here in the 8th. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. A's on top as we head to the ninth, 8-2. Here at Safeco Field, Ruth has been covering us up all night. Don't forget, tomorrow our schedule looks like this: 12:30. Pre-game will be on the air. Game time a little bit after 1. Post-game at around 4. And then Big Sky football comes your way at 6 p.m. Top of the order against Tom Wilhelmsen. Here's Coco Crisp. Good night for Coco. Led off the ball game. Double to the left center field gap. Bounced into a double play. Single to center and double to left center. What a night. Are you kidding? 2 singles, 2 doubles.
Had a good year. Some career highs for him. He continues tonight.
Here's if Josh Donaldson got an RBI ground out last time up.
See if Tom can get a double play ball. 16 pitches, 10 of them for strikes.
Big hack.
Grant Balfour getting loose in the pen for the Athletics. He's their closer, obviously not a save opportunity for him, but he's going to get an inning in.
1-2. Foul back. With a good stop. Two and two, the count. It's one of the best third basemen in the league. Josh Donaldson, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tom Wilhelmsen registers his first strikeout. 1 out, 1 on here in the ninth. Catch the final episode of Mariners All Access this Sunday before the Mariners pregame show. Get exclusive player interviews, behind the scenes footage, and Mariners stories you can't find anywhere else. And if you missed Sunday's episode, tune in for re-airs Monday and Tuesday on Root Sports. Local programming schedule. Visit rootsports.com. There's Jed Lowry.
Lowry 1 for 4. Run scored.
Going to Jed. 3-run homer by Moss in the first. Pinch hit 2-run homer by Norris in the 7th. Part of a 3-run inning. They hit 2 more RBIs by Norris and Barton. Down for the 8 runs for the Athletics. One pitch in there for strike. All 2 strikes, man at first. They're not holding. Base hit, right field.
That looked like it was on the changeup. Tom has a good fastball tonight, but changeup that was up out over the plate.
1 out, runners at first and second. Brings up Brandon Moss. Home run, 2 strikeouts, and a fly to center.
It's Athletic Club in an 8-2 game. I'm sure they're looking forward to the postseason, but they're not going to give any at bats away.
Not even close.
They put pressure on the Mariners pitching staff. You see Bobby LaFramboise getting loose out of the pen. They put pressure on them all game long.
1-1. Two on. There's a strike. All 2 strikes. Good speed out there. Coco and Jed Lowry. Two and 2.
Best fastball from Tom, 98 miles an hour, just missed the inside corner. The Athletics tonight 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Also have hit a couple of home runs as Chris Young waits on deck.
Three and 2. Pitch. Swing and this strikes out Moss. 2 strikeouts for Wilhelmsen. 2 down here in the ninth.
It's just a good fastball. Just on the inside corner, maybe off. Man, it actually looked like a cut fastball, a hard one at 95 miles an hour.
Brings up Chris Young for the second time. He walked, stole a base, and scored in the 8th as a pinch hitter. Wilhelmsen, the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Mariners. Single strikeout, single strikeout. And he's ahead 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch, and Zunino holds on. That'll do it. Town pitches himself into and out of trouble. Home ninth coming up. Morales, Ibanez, and Smoke against Grant Balfour. Wild card situation in the American League. Scores from earlier. Red Sox 12-3 over the Orioles. And the Tigers lose, Mike.
And the Tigers, right now you take a look at it, they're in that 3 spot. If the A's hold on, the Tigers are going to be locked in that 3 spot.
A's can get the best record if they sweep the Mariners and the Red Sox lose the next 2 to Baltimore. As it stands right now, the wild card shootout, Cleveland, Tampa Bay. Wild card winner at Boston, Detroit at Oakland.
Well, the Mariners with 4 hits tonight. Morales will lead off. He has 2 of them. Grant Balfour, the closer for the Athletics, will take over. He has 38 saves on the year. 69 strikeouts over the 60 2/3 innings. ERA 2.67. Opponents hitting just 208 off of him.
Heard an interview that Grant did when we were in San Francisco last time. He's from Australia. His father fell in love with the game. Helped spread the word, spread the game in Australia. Been playing it at a very young age. Really nice fellow. Grant Balfour. Highly competitive, super intense.
Probably about as intense of anybody that we've seen as far as pitchers go.
You got that right. He does that Bernie. Was that Bernie lean? They had the fans out in right field in Oakland.
Yeah, it's not a save opportunity, so I'm not sure he's going to work himself into a frenzy like we're used to seeing. But what he is he's a good pitcher, and he's been a quality closer for the Athletics.
First saw him in Tampa Bay. He's got Morales 0-2. Ibanez and Smoke to follow. Short work of Morales, 1 out here in the 9th.
After a couple of fastballs, looks like he goes with a split in the dirt. Kendricks will swing over the top of it. That'll bring up Raul Ibanez. Raul still looking for his 30th home run of the season. Athletics put the shift on.
Strike one to Raul. One to Raul. One to one. Anya is 1 for 6 against Balfour.
0 for 3 tonight.
Two. Full count. On deck hitter is Justin Smoke. Sitting on 29 home runs for the season, 300 for his career. 3-2 pitch.
He went right at him with a good fastball, 93 miles an hour on the outside corner. I suspect he will do the same thing here, up 8-2.
Two. Came out. A's fans in the building. 2 outs.
Coming after him again. Fastball 94 miles an hour. Raul not able to catch up to it, a little late on his swing. Justin Smoke, he's 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. And they will keep the shift on. Justin hitting.
Foul, strike one. This is away. One to count the Smoke. Here comes the 2-1. Misses. 3 balls, 1 strike. Saunders on deck. Took a little off and missed. A walk for Smoke.
Looked like he threw a split.
Yeah.
Been surprised. 2, couple of outs. Ready to go right at him with a fastball. Decided not to and walk. That'll bring up Saunders. Saunders 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of flyouts to left field. Strikeout swing.
First pitch to Saunders. Crowded him and missed.
Mariners offensively getting a good dose of the Athletics pitching. Everybody in the lineup with at least one strikeout tonight.
Suddenly can't find it. 2-0.
17 pitches, 8 strikes.
Kuma, great year for him. Fine performance a couple of days ago.
Got 8 shutout innings for him. Right now, 3rd in the American League in ERA.
Two and one here to Saunders, 2 out to the man aboard. Balfour pitching tonight. He's got Zanino on deck, pitching like he needs the adrenaline of a safe situation.
Yeah, that's true. We say it all the time with the closers. They're not in those safe situations. They tend to struggle, but he started off okay. A couple of strikeouts. Now he's having a tough time throwing his fastball for a strike. There's
3 and 2, 2 out. Here in the 9th.
20 pitches in the inning for Balfour.
A's fans waving their gold T-shirts here. Just trying to keep it alive for the Mariners. A 2 out to 3-2 pitch. These fans spread out around the ballpark. 3-2 pitch. Popped out of play. Look by Balfour. Saunders steps out. Not a surprise. Two outs. Runner at first. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is the ball game. Tag applied by Norris. A's win it. No doubt about her. 8-2.
Yeah, difference. The Mariners, not much offense, just 4 hits. A couple of solo home runs, one for Gutierrez, his 10th on the year. But Mariners have to figure out a way to score some runs off this athletic pitching. One of the best in the American League, 2nd in the league in ERA, and we saw why tonight.
A's go to 95 and 65. The Mariners go 70 and 90. Be giving away this car when we come back. 8-2 final. A's win it.